Alrighty, hello everybody. Good morning, I guess.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night to wherever you are.
Yeah, it's certainly. I've never run this game for a marathon before, let alone at like 5 in the morning. So that's a new one. But anyway, welcome to Little Big Adventure 2. This is a childhood favorite of mine, and I decided to pick it up for a speedrun last year, and yeah, I stuck with it really. And I'm going to show you 80%. It's very, very glitchy. And since there's not really a lot of downtime, I'm joined on commentary by Jack of Hearts. Nice to be here, Jack.
Hello, thanks for having me.
So yeah, I guess without further ado, let's just go into the game and show you what's happening. We're gonna try and explain things story-wise, although nothing really makes much sense in 80%, but we'll see what happens. So yeah. The time starts as soon as I skip the first cutscene, so that will be in 3, 2, 1, go. So right away I did a tiny hop there, which is possible on the first possible frame for some reason, and it makes it a little bit faster. So we're inside our house. This is Twinsen, and we have a pregnant wife named Zoe, and we're going to collect some things which will be very useful throughout the game, also for the speedrun.
Yeah, the first thing we pick up here there is the hollow map, which will allow us to get through a bunch of doors and do lots of skips for the game. The other thing we picked up is the magic ball, which allows us to. It's a main damaging weapon in the game, but it also allows us to pick up keys and stuff.
Yeah, it has this magnetic pole of sorts.
Yeah, yeah. And it comes back to you magically. That's why it's a magic ball.
Yeah, exactly.
So the very first quest in the game, this is an action-adventure game with some RPG elements, but yeah, the first quest would be actually to go find the Weather Wizard, because as you can see, it's raining. You gotta go find the Weather Wizard and free him from the cave and fight a boss. And after you do that, he clears the weather and some aliens come down. And then you're supposed to go to the next island and investigate stuff, become a wizard and stuff, because the first actual quest of the game is to go heal your dino fly. You'll see him get struck by lightning in the opening cutscene.
We'll never actually do that, but yeah.
Yeah, I never actually heal the dino fly. We skip all of the Weather Wizard quest, all of the quests to become a wizard yourself, and just skip straight to the plot about hey, aliens exist, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. So what I'm doing right now is called the jump save glitch. It's basically me extending my jump by saving and reloading, and it does allow me to get over certain high walls and items like this. See if I can do this. There we go. And that allows us to skip a lot of this area too, and many more areas to come. So
yeah, the way it works is just it saves it. Your jumps are done in groups of frames, and you can save and it will start that group of frames over again. So if you save before that group of frames is over, you can just keep going up and up, because it keeps giving you height. Yeah,
it's like after a sort of while you lose a certain momentum, so you have to sort of feel it out, like when am I at the end of a certain frame set, and yeah, pretty much ideally would save it at the highest point really. Anyway, that was the first one. Now we are using our hollow map to do some other things. So see if I can do that.
Second, this is the glitch I talked about, where we can get through walls and doors, or doors with the hollow map.
This one's a bit tough to get through. There we go.
This game came out in 1997, and it was actually PC only. The PS1 did have the first game, Little Big Adventure. This is Little Big Adventure 2, but I don't think Little Big Adventure 2 was ever ported to PS1.
I don't think so either, no.
My green guard, always a troll.
Always. Yeah. So you can also use this clip whilst doing run jumps or regular jumps, and you saw me do an instance of the latter, where I just stand in front of the door and just jump. Here I do the other variety again. Usually I put it up, I set it up in 2 steps really, so just to define really whenever the boing sound appears or is being heard, and that's when I start doing pretty much like a full holo mostly, and there's that. So I just went over this electric floor. Basically, abusing
supposed to have an item.
my mode
Sorry, go ahead.
thing. Yeah.
You're supposed to have an item there called the jetpack, which will allow you to like float over obstacles and stuff like that. It allows you to get to several different places apparently. But we don't need to collect the jetpack obviously because we can just use the invincibility frames of changing stance.
Yeah.
Because the way you move in this game is changing stance. You have standard or normal. Sporty, aggressive, and discreet, and sporty is the one that allows us to run. So we're going to be in sporty most of the time, and it just so happens that when we switch to sporty, we can hold our animation and skip falling frames and get iframes when we're jumping over the electric floor.
Yeah, we will be using hotkeys pretty extensively. And speaking of hotkeys, I'm basically alternating between normal and sporty now, and which sort of creates this flying effect as if we're trying to fly on the moon, really. Okay, now we're setting up for what's called the crappy shot. We have a different name for it in the community, but it's not. It's a different name. See,
he's basically trying to hit a switch. He's supposed to like take the suit off, go through that door, hit a switch, then go back. And this place is meant to be a sort of mini kind of maze where if you get the wrong door, it takes you to the wrong place. But we just hit the switch for the right door and just go straight to the fastest place.
Yeah, it takes a few retries sometimes. It's kind of random, but there we go. That was the second try.
We are here to save our friend Baldino, who is a big part of the story, but we've not actually met him until now. And he's been captured by the aliens as well. And it turns out that the aliens who came down have kidnapped all the children. And that's what we skipped all of that. So what we skipped was a quest to become a wizard, going to the alien planet, then getting put in jail, then going back to the home planet, and then you're supposed to go to the moon. So we skipped all of that, and now we just go straight to the moon. It's pretty cool.
That's very cool, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of things you will see later on that somehow didn't make sense, but if you don't see the rest of the story, really, but it will all make sense in the end, pretty sure.
Oh yeah, we have a great ending to this game. So this is a good time if you got any message you wanted to read out. This is just going to be escaping the moon base.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright, fair enough. In that case, I will mention that we are raising money for Mind, which is a nationwide organization committed to prevent mental health issues and to support everyone who has dealt with mental health issues themselves or within their family. And all of your donations will be going to Mind.
Oh no, the nameless guy without a face who's the same model as like 1,000 other characters just died.
Yeah, F in chat. Also, we just did the moonwalk, so shouts to the moonwalk. Just walk backwards for a brief bit. I need to hit this. Right, there we go.
Oh, that switch is annoying. Yeah. I love it because each one of those particles has physics as well, so you can hit the switch and then a particle will switch on and off and on and off because it's like 30 or 40 in the air.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's kind of annoying. And of course we put a spacesuit on top of our spacesuit to get out of here.
Yeah, we're not supposed to have a spacesuit, so that's why there is a spacesuit in the first place. But yeah, double spacesuits.
And we crash landed like near one of the major cities, and of course no one gives a crap. No one notices. Here's another area we're supposed to have the jetpack on. Technically, the jetpack shouldn't work here because the jetpack allows you to fly over solid objects. But since that you're actually like jumping over a gas here, the jetpack shouldn't work if you look at the lore. But hey, we just jump over it anyway. We're safe jumping.
Yeah, exactly. It's easy. Just repeat jump and that's it.
Yeah. So that building that we just walked into is really cool because it you're supposed to do like level up your magic ball level with going to certain parts of the story, like it's story based level up, and for some reason just entering that building gives you the 3rd level of magic already. Like you're supposed to have it by this point anyway, but going in that building actually gives it to us because we haven't actually collected it, done all the any of the necessary quests.
It's very convenient. And also, your melee attacks become a lot stronger, and you'll need that for the upcoming fights. So we're going into this casino, but we're not gonna gamble money, but we're gonna fight some crocodiles for money.
Yeah, this is a really cool skip that what just happened was getting through the door with the hollow skip. It used to be, there used to be a strategy to getting through there with the penguin. And the crocodile fight used to be really cool as well, because you used to be able to just pick up a lightning spell and just lightning once and they just both die. Unfortunately we don't pick up lightning anymore because the route has completely changed because of hollow skip. It used to be you had to save jump up on top of all the walls to skip things, but now we don't need to do that. We can go through walls, so we don't need the lightning spell.
Yeah, lightning spell makes things quite a bit easier, but yeah, as long as you can fight them in more regular ways, you know, you can still do the job just fine.
Yeah, you can't actually damage the crocodiles unless you have the Red Bull magic anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
The game is kind of designed like that. Like green enemies you can't hurt until you're at least green level of magic. Red enemies obviously red level. It's pretty. I mean, this game was made for kids in the 90s, so.
obviously.
Yeah, they're gonna color coordinate. So here we are in the very final area of the game, but we're not allowed to like finish the game here because the thing we need to go to doesn't exist yet until we complete a certain story marker. So we need to speak to this guy who will give us access to the next island. And so the next quest of the game will be to find the 4 pieces of this key that will helps the story along. It helps some sort of prophecy in the game. And so yeah, here we are collecting. There's 4 pieces of a key because there's one for each of the species on this planet. And this is a nice little neat trick where we can just hollow map through the door, through the building here, and it takes straight to where the key is. So technically, all you need to do is go around, but it saves a little. It saves a couple of seconds. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, it does definitely save, especially with faster setups, indeed.
Yeah, and that was a nice animation skip as well on the digging, because that can take about 10 seconds.
Yeah, I was found somewhat recently that you could do that, but it's really nice. It does definitely save some time, yeah.
So, I was skipping through the door to get to the undergas. There's a boss fight that's coming up here, but it's pretty simple. The undergas is where we need to find the next 2 keys. Yeah, we get the next 2 keys there. Unfortunately, these guards can be a bit trolly.
Yeah, I'm trying to minimize the damage taken from here as well, because I did take a risk by using that clover to skip some of that earlier part just now. So I have to be a bit careful that I sort of preserve enough health to make it to a certain part.
Do you always lose the life there jumping or getting that skip, or is that just random?
You always lose life. That's kind of the idea behind it.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, so usually you start off like 1 clover, but let's see if I can do this. It's a laser skip, by the way. You're supposed to hit the switch, but this is easier. But yeah, if you do that clover skip, you always sacrifice 1 clover, and you start off with 1 to begin with, so you will eventually have to make sure that you preserve health until you can get some new ones, and that will make it easier afterwards.
Yeah, there's a funny animation bug that can happen where you can get stuck in skeleton mode, but you can't actually. It's kind of a soft lock because you can't actually like do any of your animations like fighting.
Yeah, exactly. You basically sort of use that in order to set up for a jump through that laser. Basically, it's a bit time specific. You have to sort of run it. You have to sort of run the laser and basically feel it out.
Okay, so now we're at the undergas. We have to collect these gems to get passage to the next island. That's how we pay for it. Even though there's like 3 or 4 currencies in this game, isn't there?
Yeah.
So we picked up the key of the oneies. So that's 2 out of 4 picked up right now. Avail these guys, and just gonna grab the last couple of gems. But now everyone's hostile to us because we've got their sacred idol.
Yeah, we're gonna collect those gems in order to pay for a ferry trip to another island later on. Or actually not too much later on, but you'll see that soon enough.
Oh yeah, we're gonna enjoy the ferryman song. Are we gonna let the full ferryman song?
We're gonna sing it, we're gonna sing it.
I can't remember, I didn't actually look up the lyrics to what they were.
It's a short song anyway, so...
I know, it's only like 4 lines.
Yeah.
This dog though, I hate getting over that dog.
You cannot pet this pupper, sadly.
Yeah, it always gets me.
Yeah.
I gotta give you a lot of respect for you for playing this game because the controls are terrible. Like you're making these look very smooth, but it's very hard to control this game.
To be fair, there are games that are probably easier to control. This is still like sort of like a semi-isometric tank control game, so it's very much a thing of its time. But I don't know if I mean, I guess it's when you grow up with it, it's probably very different anyway. But
I did grow up with this, and that's why I know I don't like it. Like it's a decent game. It's fun. It's just a bit the controls are a bit not fun for long-term speedrunning.
They're a bit weird. So now we're at the Oneies. We're gonna have dinner. We're eating Firefly Tart.
Yeah, we just walked into this house, and they're like, "Hey, have some
very good time."
Yeah.
And then turns out, Twinsen doesn't like Firefly Tart and passes out. And that's the end of her run. So thank you all for watching, and hope you enjoyed. And oh wait.
Oh yeah, that's on the credits roll.
Yeah.
I saw the clip of the soft lock that happened here. That was quite funny.
Yeah.
The mum can just keep walking into the kid, and the animation she doesn't say dinner is served.
Yeah.
She's just stuck there. So we need to do that little dinner there because we need to give the pie to this old man so he can give us a key so we can get into a room so we can speak to another old man who tells us to speak to his kid's nanny, I think. Like, yeah, it's a bit convoluted. Because that woman doesn't actually show up unless you speak to this guy. It's kind of silly.
Okay, by the way, that was actually one of the quote-unquote safety clovers that I picked up. In that room, one of those flies actually drops a clover, usually. It's kind of like random as to whether the fireballs hit it or not, so I'm sometimes trying to see if that happens, and otherwise I'm gonna do it myself and see if I can get around it that way. I'm gonna reload this room, I think.
Firefly, I hate that. It's terrible when that happens.
Yeah, it can be very random, but this is actually better, what you saw just now. So let's see, gonna get out here. I don't need to grab that second clover, that's basically a safety. But we do need one clover at least for another upcoming clover skip, so it's always good to have.
Yeah, I love bullet hell sections when you got isometric perspective on tank controls.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Know which way to walk. That's all.
So now we've got the ferryman song. We can get to the next island.
Yeah, we're gonna have a brief break and we're gonna sing songs, and it will be beautiful. So let's see. Are you ready, Jack?
It's the greatest song you've ever heard.
Ferryman, if you please. Take me across the raging seas. For a few gems, take your boat.
I'll take your boat.
I cannot
swim.
I cannot float. There you go.
Hey, I just remembered them.
See, it's a short song. It's like, okay, this is actually pretty lengthy still, so it's a good time for donations or anything to plug.
We don't have any donations currently, but I can at least mention that BSG supports small community events as well. Things along the lines of the Harvest Moon Marathon and the Colin McRae-a-thon happen on the BSG_marathon channel on Twitch. So that's something to look out for.
Thank you so much.
To be honest, I wouldn't want to try floating on that water anyway because it's actually lava.
Floor is lava.
The floor is literally lava. All right, so there was a neat skip there. We're supposed to like talk to that being who takes us to the Queen Chamber. We've got to do this whole like mini game.
Yeah.
But we can skip all that by using the hollow map and just jumping up to the top of the mountain to fight the boss that we have to fight. Because we're actually supposed to get here like after we speak to the Queen, and there's this place under control of like an evil dictatorship. So of course, they're part of the Dissidents, and we want to help the Dissidents because we're good guys and we're rebels. And yeah, it's pretty derivative. But after this place becomes under attack, that's when we're supposed to come get their sacred idol. I don't know if we ever tell them we need their sacred idol, or if we just go and steal it.
I'm not sure either. It's probably. I think it's in the glitchless category, but I'm not sure. I mean, it does show a lot more of the game than in% does. That's for certain.
In the glitchless category, you actually still gotta go free her from prison, don't you?
Yeah.
To get the key.
I guess so.
Because even though she's in prison,
yeah,
they left the key on her. Makes sense. We're about to see the Queen anyway.
Right, so we got our next key fragment, and yeah, now we're finally gonna visit the Queen Bee, as was already mentioned by Jack. But we're not gonna do a whole lot of stuff beyond that. Yeah, we'll do some different stuff. Let's say that.
Also, vertical platforming and an isometric perspective, classic.
This is fine.
I like the game, honestly, I do like the game, but I've got to question some of the gameplay choices.
Yeah, I mean, it's in the somewhat earlier stages of 3D platforming and whatnot. Alright, so for this, we have to basically align ourselves in the middle, so we can clip through the Queen, basically. And then we do the same here, and this is sometimes one of the tougher skips, but I got it first try, but that's the clip through the throne, basically. You can actually get on top of the throne there, so that's kind of...
yeah, that was really good. It's quite hard to get through that door, so that was really well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, it used to be that you'd have to get the Queen to be attacked and then get a key out of the prison and get through there, because the loading zone for the room is in the middle of the door itself. It's not actually on the other side of the door, because you can jump over the wall and with safe jumping, and you can get onto the other side of that door. Unfortunately, the loading zone is in the door itself.
Okay, how about some more clipping? I'm gonna gradually walk into this wall and then I'll get out on top, really. It just works that way.
Yeah, if you're at the right angle, you can just climb up to the next level, because, yeah, isometric and not isometric, because that's physics.
Okay, I'm gonna do another whole map clip here. I've always found it easier to set up whilst standing right in front of the door. It's made it a lot easier. Also, since you're basically surrounded by enemies too. And now we meet the Emperor. We have to deal 3 hits to him, and that's Rip Emperor.
Yeah, the weakest Emperor in the history of video games. Like, if that was a Final Fantasy game, he would have morphed into like a giant eldritch abomination with like tentacles and eyes. But no, Little Big Adventure is just 3 punches and he's down.
Close enough.
Epic.
Alright, let's see if I can do this. Okay, that's called a Warzone skip. Like, you're surrounded by gunfire, basically, and we skip all of that just by doing this clip onto the wall and using the holomap. Holomap is such a good item in general.
Yeah, that's also a really good skip that's been found recently, because running through those guards is horrible.
Yeah, the jump safe glitch was around for a lot longer, and as far as I know, I haven't been around since the beginning, but I do recall that the jump safe glitch actually, yeah, there we go.
Yeah, Hollow Skip was found in about 2017, I think, but that was before that was after I stopped running it myself.
Yeah, I didn't start running this until early last year. I was actually learning this for the 12-hour challenge, and yeah, that's been fun to do, and here we are. Alright, so we got another itinerary token, and we're just basically getting out of here because we're done. Because very conveniently, over on the right side is another ship that we can fly with.
Yep. It's going to take us back to that main capital island that we started on. Because it is. Because it's programmed to. Because it's a royal ship and it's programmed to go to the royal palace.
Yeah.
we can't. While we can get to the Royal Palace, we can't actually like hurt the guards or get past them. So, which we need to do to get the key fragment. So it's just good story. This is an intended story placement, really. You're meant to come here and you're meant to do all this stuff.
Yeah, this is supposed to happen.
Yeah, safest way to get up a ladder is to just step off backwards.
Yeah, I do this tiny hop as well in order to.
I do that when I get off
faster.
ladders at home. Yeah.
Okay, it's a bit of a different setup. I hope I get out of this.
Ooh,
okay, thank God there's
this is
some hearts, so we're still good. But
you're getting sandwiched. I've never seen that before.
yeah, I've somehow I always do this differently. But anyway, yeah, the second of the guard always holds the key. And now we go into the Emperor's Palace. We basically have this seemingly maze-like
yeah, it's
structure,
a monster maze.
but we're just gonna go through the rooms that have no enemies in them. So it's just a couple of rooms, really.
Yeah, so while you go through that maze, you might also notice how when you pull out the sword, his clothes change. It's because one of the first things you're meant to do in the game, if you play it casually, is pick up a tunic, which allows you to store your magic power in the first place.
Yeah.
But we don't actually pick up the tunic because there's no need to. The designers, well, they programmed things like throwing animations for the balls without the tunic on. They didn't program sword animations, so they just assumed, well, there's no way to get here without having the tunic. Of course, you're gonna have the tunic. So
you may have seen it various times. I also was performing other actions too, because I'm supposed to have it, but I don't actually have it.
So this room's a bit annoying. You just gotta fight 3 guards, but unfortunately, there's nothing good to pin them against. So you gotta hope the RNG is good and they don't sidestep too much.
Yeah, movement stuff. Hopefully, it doesn't become too lengthy.
There's 2 thoughts of school in this room. Either you lure all 3 to one end and fight them at once, or just fight them all at the same time. It's really runner's choice because it takes about the same amount of time.
Yeah, it's pretty much whatever you feel comfortable with, I guess. And so now we have this statue which comes to life. Oh no.
A very dapper dressed monster.
Yeah, certainly. But no big deal. Just gotta make sure not to lose too many hits there.
It's not hard to hit. One of the combat techniques for the speedrun is animation skipping as well, like I mentioned, with the spoy animation. You can also do it with the aggressive when you're using the sword and stuff.
Yeah.
And you can just swing over and over again really quickly. It's pretty cool.
It's really effective, and the sword is also the strongest weapon in the game, basically. So that makes for the maximum effect, basically, pretty much.
Are the controls in this as clunky as they look? Yes.
Yeah.
Clunkier.
You should try it. You should try it.
Yeah, just
it's a bit peculiar, but no, for me that's always been like part of the charm, really. Also knowing that it's very much like a thing of its time, really. But yeah,
it's definitely a product of its time. Perfect money.
I just love it, really.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, it's quite a colourful game. I'd give it. It's a fine game. It's just I can't handle it for speedrunning anymore.
Right. So now we need the Dark Monk. Exactly.
See if you can guess, if you haven't figured out already, which country this game was developed in.
You'll see soon enough. There's gonna be one line. I'm gonna be playing that for you because it's the best line in this game.
And Fun Frock,
this one.
You suck big time, and I'm gonna take you out. And I don't mean for pizza.
There you go. Such insult.
I'm gonna take you out, and I don't mean for a pizza.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start using that as my just ending all tweets with that.
Yeah. And that's how you can tell, of course, that this is a French game because adieu.
Adieu.
There it is. Let's see. I'm gonna save here. Gonna do some safety saves because marathon, but usually this works out fine.
So that penguin we picked up all the way at the beginning of the game is finally used right here to.
Yeah, both of them actually will be used very shortly after one another.
Yeah, it's gonna be a huge portion, it's a huge jumping puzzle which takes about 45-50 seconds. It's not really a puzzle, it's just platforming,
Yeah.
and it's kind of annoying.
Yeah, they also
So
got
he
a
was
floor
supposed
clip there, the second one in the game pretty much officially for us.
Yeah, they're actually coming up to the final run, because we're supposed to freeze some wizards here, but we don't bother doing that, we just clip through the floor. Then we're gonna take out these 2 teleporters to open up the next room.
There we go.
And then the final run of the game, so time is coming up very shortly.
Yeah. Time is coming up officially when the last cutscene starts to play, but you'll see that soon enough. Things can be happening pretty quickly, so just advance notice, I guess.
So the big bad of the game, Funfrock, is there, and also some clones of Funfrock. So
And a cage full of children, don't worry, they'll be fine.
He just sends a bunch of children in an iron cage down to dump them into some lava that's standard. And of course, being the genius he is, he just walks into the lava himself. He obviously couldn't live with what he'd done.
I feel this. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna take him out this way.
Yeah, I guess he couldn't live with what he'd done, like killing all those children.
I was gonna
He
do a
just
floor
had
clip
to
there.
jump.
Still not done. Maybe I should reload this.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a floor clip where you can get Funfrock to fall through
Yeah,
the floor into the lava.
I was
All
going
of
for
his
that,
clones,
but, okay, well, it's a good thing I saved here, because I'm gonna retry this again, so I get to see everything play out once again. I almost never had this happen though, TBH, but yeah, it can still happen, of course, and it's good to save beforehand, just so you can retry again. So the Ravi body sometimes does actually drop into the lava alongside the real/fake Funfrock, kind of depending how you see it.
Yeah, it's never quite clear if he's like the real one or if there is another one or whatever. It was definitely left open for a sequel.
That's time, by the way. That's time.
Happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, congratulations. Well done. It was a really good run.
Yeah, actually, that would have been almost close to a 30-minute flat if not for that failed floor clip.
Smashing the estimate. Well done.
Yeah, I mean, not too bad really. I did take some safeties here and there, but I was actually, the funny thing was the first clover skip back at the island of the Francos. I was not gonna do that like initially, and then I tried it out some more runs, and I felt confident enough to include it. And I was like, well, it's a fun one to show off anyway, because it's one of the newer skips, and it's a really cool one, albeit risky, but it does save some time for sure. So now we have the final credits, and Baldino's back once again, saved all the children.
You saved the world. Oh
Yes.
wait, no, we haven't saved the world yet.
Not yet.
So,
They put a
so the
rocket
thing-
on the moon, which is launched towards Twinsen.
Yeah, the thing that the Emperor did was put a rocket on the moon, and that's what he died. The switch was he pulled the switch just before he died, and the moon is shooting towards our home planet right now. So
Yeah,
everyone's about to die. So we could be the last like Twinsenians.
yeah. As a bit of a comparison to Final Fantasy VII in a way. Also, thing has so much worth.
I think this came out like slightly before, like a few months before 7. So
Yeah, it's close enough. It's close enough.
it's about the one thing they didn't rip off though.
except it's a bit different. It's a bit different.
They do. It is the whole like life stream energy planet got shooting the meteor back there, the moon back in this case.
Yeah.
And also with the power of friendship.
Yeah, friendship is great.
Kamehameha the moon. Just go ahead. It'll be fine.
But yeah, that's the ending. And also, the music is just great. Shouts to Philippe Faché who made the music for this.
The Emerald Moon just...
So,
yeah, the music's pretty cool. Alright, well that's it from us tonight, I think.
Yeah, well, that's the brief conversation between Twinsen and Sandal, basically saying, okay, we saved the world, and this is the dragonfly we were supposed to cure. We never did that, but, he's fine. He's fine.
Yeah. It's fine. We saved all the wizards. One of them could have done it as a freebie, I'm sure.
Yeah.
The Dinofly is just lying in the back garden.
Yeah.
Like, he went off to help get healing magic over an hour ago.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It's easy. But, yeah, anyway, yeah, this ending sequence is gonna be pretty long, so I'm not gonna let it play out all the way, but, yeah, hope you all enjoyed. 3037 is definitely a very nice time indeed, and
Very respectable.
I was pretty happy overall with the run, all considering, so, yeah. Yeah, thanks to BSG at home for letting this run in. It's been a fun one to run. This was the first marathon I ever did this run for, by the way. Also, thanks to Jack for a co-commentary. Super much appreciated. Super helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, we're doing it again next week.
Yeah, we're gonna do the same thing for SGDQ next week. And yeah, shoutouts to the LBA speedrunning community. If you want to learn either the first or the second LBA, be sure to check out the Discord. I think the link is on speedrun.com. But yeah,
and there's a lot of really cool resources you can find there if you're interested.
Yeah, lots of people more than willing to help out and stuff. And I don't have anything else. I should probably go back to bed.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna throw it over to the next run. I think that's gonna be Fez, so have fun with that. Be sure to keep donating. I'll be back tomorrow with one more run, so hope to see you then, and I'll catch you later. Take care.
Bye.